something different today. So, we're testing the commute to one of the locations we're looking at. Right now it's saying it's a 52-minute commute from his work to one of the potential houses. So, we're doing it during rush hour to see what it looks like. Here, I'm going to flip the camera around a little bit. That's pretty much Portland commute. Maybe on the other side of the city it's going to be worse. We'll see. The worst I've seen it here is 35 miles an hour bumper to bumper. Okay, if you're from Washington, from the Puget Sound, you're laughing right about now because 35 miles an hour bumper to bumper, not parking lot for 3 hours. Anyway, people here complain about the traffic, and Michael and I still just kind of shake our head and go, no, this is okay. Oh, hey, there's brake lights up ahead. I might have spoken too soon. We'll see. Anyway, we went and talked to the broker. Sharp guy. Really sharp guy. Yeah, okay, I'm going to flip the camera for a minute. So I spoke too soon. Anyway, we talked to the broker. We showed him the house on the river, which is right now priced at $175,000. It sold 3 years ago for $525,000 or $545,000. He's looking at it. He's nodding. He goes, "Why are there no photos of the house?" There's all kinds of photos of the land, but there's no photos of the house. I'm like, "I'm figuring it needs a little bit of work." And he goes, "I don't think it still exists. I think it's a frame. It burnt. That's the only way that lot is worth $175,000. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but it's." And he goes, "No, I'm not going to ride alone." Fine. So we showed him. What was the next one we showed him? We showed him the one out in Gresham, out past Gresham, and he's just got this, backing up, kind of, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? I was like, well, if you look at the overhead, you can see this and this, and if you look at the photos, you can see somebody's still there, and that particular neighborhood has a lot of Russian writing on all the businesses. He goes, that was a mob house, or a crack house, or a meth lab, or something. That's too low a price for what you're looking at. I was like, I know, alarm bells. And he goes, alarm bells, red flags. No, you don't want to try for that. And I'm like, but it's awesome. And he's like, no, fine. So we showed him the Holly Farm. Sorry, I've got like 5 chins going on. It's very, very annoying there. That's better. See, in the traffic, that slowdown lasted 30 seconds at the most. Anyway, so we showed him the Holly Farm. And he looked over and he was like, okay, this is really well priced. This has got all kinds of potential. Look at this potential. Look at this potential. And he's looking at it as somebody who buys properties and sells them. He's like, this is a really good. He goes, the appraisal's not going to come in high enough, and then we're going to have to do a secondary rehab loan, and then you're going to have to go through, and it's going to be 6 months. And I'm like, we can do the work ourselves. And he's like, no, you can't, because you can't get the appraisal value without the work being done. I'm like, I still kind of like it. And he's like, I really kind of like it too. That's got the potential to become $1 million piece of property in 10 years. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, we'll put that on the back burner for a minute. What else do you have? So I showed him the piece of property in Salem. And he's like, this is good, this is good, this is good, I like this, this is good. Let me run the numbers. And he ran the numbers, and it comes out to just a little bit more than we can afford a month unless we can fix some math. So we're going to give it 1 more week and try to fix some math and see if we can't get that number down, because it's just a little out of our range. I mean, just it's me getting a 10-hour-a-week job at McDonald's out of our range, which I couldn't work McDonald's, but that's the example. And that's not including any income we make from vending, or if the husband lifts, or any of that. It's just based on his parks income. So there's also the church in Vernonia that we were looking at the very beginning of all of this. It's still available. It's actually come down in price. It is a church. There's no pews in there. It's a big empty room, and a basement. And the basement has flooded in the past. So, and that would be doable. We could do that in the next week. Boom, done. That's living among piles and mounds and mounds and piles because there's no walls and everything goes into one room, and it could get depressing fast. So, we're heading out to check out the commute from Salem. There's a river. See the river? Can you see the river? I don't know if you can see the river or not. Geese! They're probably not on the camera. There's a flock of geese overhead. Anyway, we're checking out the commute from this side of town to Salem against what the husband would be commuting. It says it's under an hour during rush hour. So, we'll see. Other thing for you, should you have itchy problems, this stuff here, okay? Comes in a couple of different brands. That's what you use for itchy problems. I get the B-complex deficiency dry shins that itch like a son of a bitch, and that's one of the things that'll knock it out. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.